Day 2 of Locked In, baby! When I uploaded yesterday's video, I noticed that it felt fucking uncomfortable as shit. I sat there and I was writing like after I uploaded it, and one thing that came to mind is that change is uncomfortable. No matter what you do or who you are, change will always be uncomfortable. And I'm leaning more and more towards that every time you face a fear. It's, well, one thing is programming, right? But the other thing is that usually we're breaking out of a habit. We're breaking out of a limiting belief. We're breaking out of being ourselves. And the more fearful you are when doing new things, the more you break out of something that you don't necessarily know the fear or the belief that is keeping you in it. But anytime you do it and you face that fear, it's needed, it's necessary to actually evolve. And anytime I've done new things, it's never been comfortable. Never. And I think that's a core thing to remember when trying new things. Like Joe Dispenza says, when you create a new reality for yourself, get ready because it's gonna be uncomfortable. It's going to be weird. It's going to feel funky. And we're such habitual creatures as well. So like most of my day at least is 95% on autopilot. And the rest, the 5%, is conscious action, right? Making this video was a conscious action. But I've been making videos every day almost for like 3 days. Okay, 3 days. 3 years. It's been shorts for the most part. But at one point, it becomes pattern-based, like habits. It's just a habit to place the camera there. Have a painting here. Yap. Do something. Yip and yap on the canvas as well. Like, and one thing I've fucking noticed is I've kept myself sort of in a box where, and that applies to this channel as well, right? I have set some strict rules that because everybody says you have to pick a niche. And I'm like, okay, the one thing that I'm good at, like I'm really good at, is art. And hence, I tend to like trap myself. Like I'm only allowed to speak about art because that's what I know. That's what I've been doing. But in the process, I sort of forgot the whole reason why I make art in the first place is because of mental wellness. I've been fucked, like completely fucked. I've been depressed out of my mind. I've been laying in bed like winter long for like God knows how many years. My life has been in shambles. And the only thing that has kept me alive, like both this and as well as guilt, if I'm being completely honest, like I wouldn't end it because I felt bad for all the people around me, but fuck, there was a couple of years there where like I saw no meaning in life whatsoever, no purpose. I was directionless and everybody was picking a job, like they were going to school, and I didn't understand. I did not understand for the life of me why we decide to like, okay, you're gonna go to school first, right? You're gonna educate yourself, then you're gonna get a job, then possibly wife, kids, a house, work for the rest of your life, paycheck to paycheck. Like, what the fuck are we even doing? Why is that life? And I'm not saying that that's life for everyone. I'm just basing it on what I experienced growing up, right? That was the path that I saw people take. That was the path of both friends and friends of family as well. In my teenage years and going to high school, it was like, okay, why am I even going to school? I don't care for this. It doesn't fulfill me. Why am I even pulling up at work? I don't care for this. It doesn't fulfill me. I'm not feeling it. And some people will just push through that. Me personally, I could not get out of bed. It was that fucking simple. Like, I stayed in bed, looked at my roof, binge watched a fuck ton of series because I didn't have a reason to get up. I didn't have a reason. I didn't have a meaning. My life had zero meaning. And in one of the shorts I uploaded, not yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. The caption was, "Life is meaningless. Make art." I fully, like, it's still one of my biggest challenges to find meaning in life. But what I've found is that the only thing, my only anchor in life is art. This, as well as writing, making music, fucking poetry, making videos, is wholeheartedly the only reason I wake up in the morning. If we're taking away the guilt and the shame of not waking up, right? When I wake up, I meditate, I write, and if I wake up too late, the first thing I do is make art. That's my top priority. And not because I have to. I don't have to make art. I don't have to wake up. I don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything, but there are consequences to our choices, right? So if you decide to stay in and you don't have income and you don't fulfill your dreams, you don't pursue your dreams, there will be consequences. There are equal consequences as there are actions. And to every action, there's an equal reaction. So what actions do you want to put out into the world? And what reactions do you want to enforce? Because still, it's just a mental game. It's merely a mental game. And some people might call it laziness, like, oh, you didn't get out of bed. Oh, you were depressed. Like, I can hear them yipping yapping, you know? And okay, but as for me, I've taken it as possibly the clearest sign that each of us are here to do something, right? We're here to fulfill something. We're here to, in essence, find ourselves. But how we do that is up to us. Like, I still stand by what I said about life is meaningless. But there's a yin and a yang to that. Life is meaningless, give up. Life is meaningless, find your meaning. Big difference, right? And that's the same thing with, like, figuring out what we're here to do. I still don't know what I'm here to do. The only thing I know is that when I make art, when I write, when I make videos, is when my soul feels fulfilled. This is what keeps me going. And I remember Alan Watts said, find something that you enjoy as much, that you can do it for God knows how long without getting paid, and then find a way to monetize it. That's been my compass, that and joy. What makes me joyous? What makes me feel alive? Art makes me feel alive. Art makes me joyous. Making videos excites me. I'm not doing it because I have to. I'm doing it because I want to. I want to do this. And I think that's so fucking important because I've been through the entrepreneurial journey as well. Like, okay, create an SMMA, right? Do drop shipping. And it's like, okay, but if the only goal is to get money, you're not gonna get to where you wanna be, because the end goal is empty. Money is fucking awesome. I love money. but I love being fulfilled in my soul. I, I like to have that, like taking care of myself. That's like priority number one. Because if you're empty inside, no matter how much money you have, it will feel empty. It's the same thing with buying a new house or buying a new car, right? When you do it, it feels fucking awesome for 10 minutes. But if you don't feel good, it doesn't matter what car you're driving. A rich life isn't necessarily only riches in material wealth. A rich life is a fulfilled life. It's a life where your soul gets to expand. And what that means for you, I do not have any idea. It's up to you to find out. And we often distract ourselves, right? I know that I do. That's why I'm locking in. That's why I'm staying locked in. Because I notice that I spend so much fucking time on things that aren't giving my life anything. It's just distractions. It's just, let me get to the next phase of life. Let me get to the next moment. I don't enjoy this moment. The moment doesn't feel good. Let me distract myself. Let me get on Facebook. Let me get on Instagram. Let me get on TikTok. Let me get on YouTube. Let me find anything like... And I did the same thing when I was depressed out of my balls, right? I smoked a fuck ton of weed just to suppress the thoughts. It was overwhelming to exist within what I had created, what I had sown, what I had, again, created for myself. And the only way I was able to get through it was to smoke a fuck ton of weed, because that's the only time when the mind actually stopped and I could just exist for a moment. And that's the whole reason why I got into art in the first place. Whilst I was smoking weed, I was making a fuck ton of music as well. Like through my worst years in life, I've been making music. Through my ups in life, I've been making art. And I think I found art, like painting, because I made a change, right? Before I found this, I spent a whole year defining like what I want to spend my life on. What do I want to do? What do I want to wake up to every day? That isn't like you have to do this. That isn't like the outside world saying like you need an education, you need a job, you need this, you need that. Fuck all of that. And I know that it's been hard for my parents specifically to watch me just take a 180 and say, fuck everything. I'm gonna do this. I don't care how it goes. Like I'm either making it or I'm ending up on the street. It's either get rich or die trying, you know? I know that can be hurtful, but at the same time, I know that this, music, writing, are the only, they're the core things that's keeping me going. And through all of this, especially in the last year, I think I've neglected the reason why I started making art in the first place. I haven't been speaking about it because I felt that, okay, I do art, so I can teach art. That's something I can do, right? That's some way for me to provide value back. But at the same time, the reason I do this is 10 times more important than the techniques I use. I use this because I have to. It's a yearning, it's an obsession. I can't live without it. My life is in shambles, literal fucking shambles if I don't make art. Like honestly, that's how it is. Hence, I'm pro doing more of what lights you up and gives you purpose, because doing something is better than doing nothing. Well, doing no thing, as in meditation, is also fucking goated, so don't neglect that either. But I would much rather do this and grind every day than have a 9 to 5, you know? This is what we do. And in essence, we are creative beings as well. I've thought about that a fuck ton as well. Like, we spend the majority of our lives creating our lives. It's just some of us are conscious creators. Some of us are non-conscious creators. So we think the same thoughts. We do the same things. We end up with the same results. In essence, we create the same thing over and over and over. And I've been doing that as well. Like, I've been creating the same day for myself. Wake up at this time, make art, da-da-da-da-da-da, make a video, da-da-da-da-da-da, read, go to bed, right? We're habitual creatures. And as I've gotten closer to myself over the past weeks now, I'm so fucking grateful to stand here and make art. That this is my life. I am so eternally grateful. I'm grateful that I've met Steinar, who is in essence my mentor in this field, who has guided me. If it hasn't been for him, I would not be able to do this. Not at all. In many ways, it feels weird, right? Because I was so sure that I was going to be a musician. I was going to live off of music, right? Play festivals, yada, yada, yada. And it didn't happen. And I was lost as fuck, because like, why didn't that happen? Like, what's the meaning of life now? I don't even have music anymore. So I had to spend a year, right? Writing every day. Like, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? What do I want to do? What gives me purpose? What gives me motivation to keep on going? And then I stumbled upon Steinar, who, in essence, in my eyes at that time, had monetized his hobby, right? He did what he loved and made a living off of it. And I was like, holy fuck, it's possible. It's possible to do what you love and make a living out of it. It's possible. Kim possible. I'm not going to drag it out for too long. The essence of the video is art is probably the biggest pillar of my mental wellness that I've found. Art and mental wellness are so fucking intertwined. It's crazy, right? And I think that's why you see a lot of people making art nowadays as well, because they're waking up. And they're waking up to a reality where the soul is yearning to create. So we're all creating. Like, we want to do this. Like, it lights us up. We want to do this. Let's fucking make art. We suck, yeah. But we're having fun, right? Same thing with if I were to knit, right? I would suck, but I would love it because it's expressive, it's new, it's creation. And I think in essence, that's what we're put on earth to do as well. Create our lives. It doesn't matter what you want to create, as long as you create. And it helps to have a vision. It helps to have it written down, right? To have it in front of you. That's why I write every day. Every fucking day. Like, some days I'm not writing, so it's not every fucking day. But it's been consistent for 4 years now. And it's the reason why I'm able to articulate myself in videos as well. It's the reason why I got out of my mental cage. The reason I have clarity, the reason I know why I make art is because I write. So writing and making art is so intertwined as well. Everything is connected. And back to the core thing about niches, I think that's what I've been missing. Like the core thing is that everything is connected. I don't necessarily have to just speak about why I chose this specific oil pastels right there, or why the background is blue, or how to make a blue background. Because that's not why I create. Like, I love learning about art, but I love mindset even more. I love mental wellness even more. That's why I make art. It's been like a moment for me. I think that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got some value out of it. I don't even know what the fuck I said. I'm trying new things, right? I'm writing before I speak, so I have a whole ass fucking script, and I wrote some bullet points as well, but my gut told me that, okay, you're just gonna free flow it instead, so I'm just free flowing it. But I have all of this concise written down, like fucking, yeah, we're just free flowing. That's how I make art as well, so it makes sense. Much love.